training process look like when you recruit new guys working for you?
You got a tool belt, get in the truck. We didn't, looking back now, it's.
But you still would train them, like
What I would do is I'd put them in with some good guys we had.
Okay.
And
as a helper, so they always started as a helper.
Yep. Some guys, you'd bring a new guy in and you'd know by the first day, either you'd destroy him. The best is you'd always get a new guy and, heights don't bother me. And you get him up 3 stories, nope, it ain't cutting it. Or you get up on an 8-12 roof and nope, he ain't doing it.
Any accidents? Broken legs, arms, fouls?
No. I actually was the biggest catastrophe. We were building our shop, right across the street here and doing our build out. And I still look back and I laugh and I'm glad it happened to me. But I'm paying 7 guys because it was cold out that day. I'm paying 7 guys because we're going to get the shop all ready. And here I am up on this scaffolding, hanging sheetrock, and the scaffolding comes apart. I fall, I snap my leg in half. Oh, wow. And I'm glad it happened to me, but I always just laugh. I'm like, I had up paying all those guys to stand there and watch me. And here I'm the one that's hurt. The big thing is confidence. If you don't feel safe, get off. And there's a lot of houses that I've walked away from that I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not sending my guys up there. I won't expect my guys to do something that I won't do myself.
Let's talk about your business a little bit more. Did you stock materials?
Absolutely. We, when I first started, we got into the 4 trucks. I had my garage. We could never park a vehicle inside, and I'm very picky. I want my stuff inside. So I ended up building a big garden shed out back. Well, we outgrew that. So then we wanted to move a little bit closer to the cities, bought a house, built a big shop. That went well for 2 years, and then all of a sudden I got 3 trucks running out of my house, and I got 7 guys running out of there, and it's just not professional, and the neighbors are probably getting pissed, and I don't like disgruntled employees knowing where I live. We took the biggest leap we ever did is we bought the shop down here in Brooklyn Park, and that was the coolest thing we ever did.
When did you first time decided to get out of business? When did you decide that you were burning out, or how did conversation start about actually selling?
Sick of employees. Anybody in the metro that ever watches this video will be hands down that the gutter industry, I've hired the same guy 15 times. He's good for 2 weeks, he's good for a month, and then he flakes out. It got really bad there for a while, and I just had I was young, I didn't know any different of working 7 days a week, 14-hour days nonstop, and one night I came home and I said, I'm done. I'm sick of this. And then all of a sudden I started doing some research on some business brokers, and you're gonna sell my gutter company for that kind of money? Have the damn thing, sell it, I'm out. And literally, you talk about people that sell businesses, they're, I don't know, 6 months to a year to sell something or get anything moving. And I knew it was meant to be, because and I'm bad with days, and it's been a while now, but I think almost 60 days we were start to finish.
Really?
70 days.
So you sold your business within 60 days?
60, 70 days, cash in hand. I was 28. My wife had went to school for hair, and she'd got a job. Well, I made her quit. She'd come and run our office, and we sold. It was actually the best day of my life. We sold the business that day. I got sold the business that day, and I got full custody of my daughter. And so once we got our check and our 30-day standby was on, we went on a road trip, 14-day road trip. It was awesome.
What was the process of selling business? Like you said, it's 60 days, but guide us through, like, okay, you did research, this is what it takes, like, what it actually took?
The process, obviously you spend a lot of time in front of your books, and that's the number one thing, is how do we get this business to look like it's worth the most of,
You have to understand the books, and books have to show the profit.
Books have to show, and then now if the books got to show it, now the SBA's got to believe that there's a value there. And the big thing that I learned a lot, I didn't know nothing about this, is so this blue sky factor. What's a business in 10 years? What kind of value is 10 years worth with? I know you used to put a ton of love with Angie's List, crooked company now. We did too. What is a company? What is a company with hundreds of reviews on Angie's List? What's that bring to the company as value? So putting a value on it.
How many reviews did you have on Angie's List?
Probably up to 500, I suppose. I don't remember at that time.
Is it a new company with Angie's List?
No, I wouldn't waste my time or energy.
You sold it for 1.5 million. What was the profit year prior, I guess?
Yeah, it was a rock star year. I think we did 1.7. Yeah.
So the books were showing profit. So you did 1.7. You net 400,000. What was your gross profit?
I knew you were going to ask this question. I
But your net was 400,000. That's solid.
You got lucky. I hate the word lucky, man.
How is it lucky? You were disciplined. Your books, if you have books showing, it's the same thing like a lot of roofers, a lot of guys who work in construction, they think, sales guys, they think they make money because you have a nice car, you have this and this. No, if your books, if your tax return does not show that you actually made it, you didn't make it. I'm sorry, like I've seen a lot of $10 million businesses
So they
who are
make
broke.
shit.
Exactly. You move in a lot of money, but you're not making money. If you have books that shows that you actually make money and you pay taxes on it, that's where you make money.
It's funny. I can't tell you how many roofing companies look down on us over the years. We're just a dumb gutter company. And looking back, dude, we did more money in a stupid piece of aluminum hanging on the side of their house. Because why? Because I was behind it. I was a driving machine. My little gutter industry over here, I can grind more out of it, I guarantee.
True. If your margins are better.
But this
100%.
roofing guy looked down on me because we're only doing X amount of dollars and we're not doing $1 million a year. That $1 million don't mean nothing to me.
I do the same thing. We do 4 or 5 million, and I see some guys who are doing 10, 15.
You're making more.
Maybe, because I turn down a lot of jobs, and I also don't do a lot of questions. I don't waive deductibles. Like when I look at any company, like first question I ask, do you waive deductibles? Last year I collected $170,000 in deductibles alone. Think about like if you're doing 10 million and you're waiving deductible, I know that our margins probably the same. That's just reality. I did a video a couple weeks ago, what 5% will do, 5% discount. And we did like $10,000 job, 5% off. So now if you want to do $1 million, in sales with a $10,000 job, so I did the whole math, and with a 5% off, to make the same margin on $1 million, like to make $100,000, you have to now do 182 jobs, just with 5% off. Right. And I'm like, who wants to do 182 instead of 100? I'd rather do 100 because you might be doing 182 and you're a bigger company because now you have to sell $7-8 million for the same profit. I'm like, I'm not willing to do it. What's your sales process look like?
When I'm out selling a job, a retail gutter job, first of all, I'm having all my stuff. One of our biggest game changers was an iPad. We put our whole sales process on the iPad, pictures, and I try to have a picture of every single situation I can ever think of. Way downspouts, and people want to see stuff, see it, and I'd have a whole kit that I go out to their house with, not scratched up. I mean, I'd have everything covered in towels. I was going to hand you a downspout, and I want you, this is really nice, this is what you're getting in your house. Well, it's got a big scratch going on the side. I mean, that's just in your head, that's icky.
Exactly.
Walk them around their house, show them exactly how everything's going to look, how it's going to feel, and show them what other customers in their neighborhood are saying about you as a company, and be there. I mean, our neighborhoods, we would work our neighborhoods. I tell you what, if another gutter company tried to get in our neighborhood, we were running them out, and it worked, and build value. And nowadays, I get asked once in a while here and there about business and just give me some tips about business. Answer your damn phone. Answer your phone. That's all I care about.
Number one tip I always been given all my contractors who come to my class: hire a receptionist. You can, if you're not hustler, if you're not there, if you're not answering a phone call, hire a receptionist. You have no idea how much business you're losing. People come to me all the time. Demisha, we need leads. My phone doesn't ring. Like, how do you get more leads? I'm like, just answer the phone. The same thing. Hire a receptionist. You hire a receptionist, that receptionist will pay for herself within the first 30 days. Because I guarantee you, missing business by not returning phone calls, not taking care of customers, or not just dealing with the new inquiries. And you go do your stuff. Like when I started Storm Group right away, like my first employee within 2 months, I hired Erin and I said, just deal with my schedule. And she was booking me. Like I don't have time to write down addresses. And I would just look, oh, I have 6 appointments tomorrow, and I'm busy with the customers, I'm selling, she keeps booking me, and I was booked 5-6 days a week. Did you have any regrets about selling your business?
Regrets, I tell you, one of the coolest things I ever see is the vans going down the road. That's the neatest thing. The regrets, the money was insane. I mean, I never thought at 25 years old you could make that kind of money. And then just, when you build something, you got a lot of pride in it. That was a hard thing. The headaches in the bullshit. But no, then I jumped into other business. I back at the headaches again.